Hi everyone. So in this video, we are going to learn how to filter out certain subsets of data that we want. So we are going to start with filtering out Fox Island data. You can use this as a tutorial to refer back to in later assignments if you need help subsetting data. But this is important for this set because we filter out both Fox Island and GSO incoming. And then moving forward with this different set of data, we filter out certain months of the year when we do year-long data with a different set. So getting started, we want to make sure we load our library with all the packages that we need, the same that we did with library gsheet and library ggplot2. So that's what my first comment is going to be. Load the DPLYR library. So that is what the library is called this time, DPLYR, and the command is library DPLYR, just like it was for library gsheet and library ggplot2. If you want to make this more specific, you can say loads packages needed for filtering. Let's hit enter a few times, give ourselves some space in between code. So the next thing we want to do is create a new variable over here. Along with diversity data, we want a FOXonly variable. So if you click on diversity data, you can see under site type that we have GSO and Fox incoming. We want to create a new table without GSO and with only Fox incoming and outgoing. So the way we do that is, or before we get started, let's make another comment. So create a new variable named FOXonly with just the Fox incoming and Fox outgoing data. So the reason why I wrote out Fox incoming and outgoing like this is because that is exactly how it matches in this data table. And that'll be important in our line of code. You want to make sure what you're trying to filter out matches exactly what you find in your data. So let's name our new variable FOXonly. We then are going to use that arrow. And our new command that we will be using today is filter. So filter again is going to pull out the data we want with this arrow and throw it into a new variable called FOXonly. So the variable we want to filter parentheses, so we are filtering from diversity data. And then next we want to tell it what column we're pulling from. So in this case, we're going to pull from column site type. Make sure it's written exactly as it is in the table. So capital S, capital T, equals equals, and then in quotes, you're going to write what you want to filter out. So in this case, I'm going to write Fox underscore incoming. And that tells it from diversity data, head to column site type and filter out Fox incoming. You're then going to add a vertical line, which you can find above the enter key. On Macs and I believe PCs as well. Just shift and the button above enter with the backslash has that vertical line. And then you are going to type site type again so that we can account for Fox outgoing as well. So this should tell you from diversity data we want to filter out site type Fox incoming and site type Fox outgoing. And if we run this line of code, we should successfully be able to get a variable pop up over in your environment. And we did. So once something new pops up over here, always make a habit of clicking on it and seeing that it's what you wanted. So in this case, it looks like we have both incoming and outgoing for a few of those groups. So looks good. Next up, we want to plot this FOXonly data, so write a comment that reflects that. FOXonly data with box plots. and changed axis labels. The reason why I'm saying that is we already made a nice base layer plot for this water sample plot. So all you really have to do is go back to where you plotted the full box plot. We can copy that code and paste it down here. And now we're just going to change up a few things in this line of code to make it more specific to what we're trying to graph. So currently this old line of code tells us that we want to plot diversity data. Instead, we want to plot our new variable that we just made. So let's get rid of diversity data and plot FOXonly instead. We still want the X and Y axis to be site type and diversity. However, if you keep scrolling to the side, we can make this X axis title a little more descriptive. So instead of conditions at site, we can say conditions at Fox Island now. That's the data we filtered out. And Simpson's diversity index should stay the same. So go ahead and copy that line of code. Let's run it. And your graph should pop up with only the Fox incoming and outgoing box plots on the lower right-hand side. So that is mainly how you filter out subsets of data. So going back to homework part 1 of assignment 1, it asks you to filter out GSO sites. So just like you did with Fox, you can go ahead and copy and paste this if you would like. We are now going to create a new variable called GSOonly using GSO incoming and GSO outgoing. So what we need to change in our old line of code is we need to create a new variable name, so GSOonly. We are still filtering from diversity data and the site type column. However, instead of filtering out Fox, we want to now filter out GSO. So that is a super easy way to just take old code, change around the lettering to what you want to actually filter. And once we run this, we should get the new GSO variable as well. So perfect. Now we have a GSOonly variable too. And now you can use this variable to graph just like you did with FOXonly and just like you did up above with diversity data.